What is up, people? Welcome back to another video on this channel. I do not have my live Legends hits for you guys today, but what I do have is my Clan War League attacks from the first day of Clan War League, which is quite exciting. So in today's video, I'm going to be going slightly more in depth as to how I'm planning in Clan War League and how to really execute your Clan War League attacks to the best of your ability with the Root Rider army, with the Rage Gem and the Healing Tome. If you guys want to see different strategies over Clan War League, then just let me know. I will try and do that for you guys. But let's get right into the video. Okay, so we are in the Champs 1 clan of War Tyrants. We placed number 8, I believe, last Clan War League season. And we're currently matched up against Red Wave. We have had one fail, but they have had, looks like 3 fails on our bases, which is really, really good so far. I have the last claim. I got last pick at Invincible LG's base. So here is the base. I think we're going to go into photos so I can kind of annotate to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about when I want to plan this base. So let's go and do that. Okay, so here we are. We are annotating. Let's see. Let's get the annotation thing up. So let's go with the Spirit Walk as blue. So the idea here that I'm going with is into this multi-arch tower, into this expo, in hopes I can kind of take down the poison tower, hopefully. Now, of course, I was looking at other Spirit Walks, for example, into this Ricochet Cannon, and then using an Ice Block spell over the Giga Bomb to start kind of stop that from happening. But there's 2 issues with that. Number 1 being that the poison tower will throw at my RC when she's under the Ice Block spell, and that's going to slow down my RC charge and really limit the value that she can get. Also, I don't even know if I tried to place her, I don't know, like right on that dot there. You can see that dot. If I placed her there on that dot, would she go in? Would she go to the arch tower? Would she go to the bomb tower? And then even if she went into the ricochet cannon afterwards, would she go to the arch tower? Would she go to the bomb tower? So I didn't want to take a 50-50 and then another 50-50. So I've decided to just take this entry into here. Now there is some space for baits. There could be a couple Teslas here. Then you could have like bombs in this section and bombs in this section. But, you know, this is the name of the game with Clan War League. You want to try and bait your opponent as best as possible. But my idea is to kind of Spirit Walk like this. Hopefully we'll get to around about this area here. And the main goal I want to get down is the Poison Tower. We're probably going to have the Giga Bomb activate, which is a bit unfortunate. Probably the Fox will die on this occasion. But if we get that Spirit Walk, I will then, you know, clear this Arch Tower with some Super Barbs. We'll go with the Root Riders, kind of like, what should we do? Root Riders green, that makes sense. You know, the Root Riders, they're going to path like this. They may go up, they have a little bit of a split. It's just going to happen. There's not a lot I can do about it on this style of base. But of course, I'm going to make sure to path the Root Riders only this way by using my first Overgrowth spell in this location here, covering all of these buildings here, so that even if they split at the start, they are going to join back up at this Fire Splitter section. We're going to start the Queen in this top corner with an Ice Golem. Or maybe we'll use the Ice Golem here with the King. And the idea is basically the Queen's going to, you know, path a little bit of this. The King's going to path a little bit of this. And then as long as the King cuts this, you know, this little section here, which I'm squiggling on at the minute, then the Root Riders, in theory, should go back into the base. If they do split down this line here, they should head back in like so. So that is the general plan. Actually, just do the one last Overgrowth spell. I'll probably use it somewhere on the back end, maybe something like this. RC ability around this area, so she can hop in and snipe the Monolith. But I'm just going to go with the flow. I don't want to plan too heavily, because if you plan too heavily, you'll try and stick to that plan as much as possible. But you do need to be proactive when using this attack strategy. And you want to, you know, do a little bit of your planning on the fly. So, let's get into the live attack. Okay, we are in. Let's go with the planned Spirit Walk into this multi-archer tower right here. Remain nice and patient. Oh, a little bit unfortunately, Fox took some damage there. Let's just hope this area isn't baited. Let's see. Yeah, we're looking really, really good right now. I'm going to go down to double cycle because I think it could get a little bit fishy around that area with the expo. We can go down to single cycle again right about now. Perfect. What should we do about this Giga Bomb? I think we're just going to have to take the damage from it, unfortunately. Maybe the fox will live. No, the fox does die, unfortunately. So let's start the funnel slightly there, and let's go with an ice golem, root riders, queen nice and high. And oh, we're getting, oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to pop the warden ability, I think, because I just got fully baited and I do not want those healers to die at any time. So let's see. Yeah, we're actually looking okay. Apart from losing the warden ability very early on, things are going mostly to plan. Let's think about putting the witches in a second or two. Okay, let's see. We have lost the warden ability. Luckily, the poison tower hasn't launched in an area where it's going to affect my root riders too much. So we're not going to take any poison damage. I'm going to pop the RC ability right there, as you can see, because I want her to go inward. Grab that mono for me. I'm ready with the freeze spell. I'm going to need it. Let's keep this funnel nice and tight. Let's see, how are we looking? Come on. We have some healers alive. The RC is hanging on by a thread. Let's see here. Okay. I think we've got it, but I'm not 100% yet. I think the Yetis should be able to get this one for me pretty much on their own. Not as close as I would have liked it to be. In fact, it's not too close actually, is it? We have the queen alive, we have the king alive, but of course losing my warden ability that early on was a bit of a scare. Again, I didn't plan for that, so I had to plan on the fly, and that is really what this strategy is all about. And actually, I do think I could have swagged my king and queen ability on this attack, despite losing my warden ability that early. The important thing was that I didn't panic, and I made my priorities very clear that I need to keep my healers alive. And maybe we got lucky that they lived, but at the same time, I think we did a pretty decent recovery there. So there we go. That is the first restart in the Champs 1 clan. Let's move into my Champs 2 attack. Okay, so into the Champs 2 clan. We've had a bit of an unfortunate start where we did have one disconnect from this guy right here, which means that I do have 2 bases to choose from. We have base number 7, which looks a little bit scary. And I win Clan War League. I'm not going to take any risks whatsoever with potentially failing. So I'm just going to go for the slightly easier base, which is base 14. I've attacked this base many times before, and I'm very confident that I can 3-star it pretty comfortably. Now, of course, it's not great for content, but at the same time, I do not want to let my clan down potentially. So I'm just going to go for this base. Should be nice and easy. Let's get into the plan. Okay, so I have attacked this base many times before, and the Spirit Walk is always the same. I try and get into this Rage Tower here. It never quite works out, but with the Spirit Walk, we're going to start on this Wizard Tower, go to the Mortar, the Ricochet Cannon, the Expo, and then she kind of goes a little bit crazy. I could use a redirect potentially, but I'm going to use a redirect here. The way that the buildings are placed is so weird, because you may predict that she's going to go into the Rage Tower, but she always steps out to the what's that called? The air defense, right? Now, I could go with a slightly different Spirit Walk. I was looking at potentially this as an option, starting on this Arch Tower here, maybe going into the Wizard Tower, the Multi-Arch Tower, the Mortar, the air defense, and then the Builder Hut, or something like that, and then potentially like redirecting her to go in and grab these defenses here, and then kind of running my Root Riders like this, through the base, up to the Town Hall, and then kind of, the only real issue that I have with that kind of plan is the Hook Tower might be quite a pain. I would plan to overgrowth, this Spitter like this, but of course that would mean that the Root Riders would get attacked by the Hook Tower. So what should I do? I could just bring the Giant Arrow and Giant Arrow the Hook Tower. That might be the best idea here. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. And let's see. We'll go with the Root Riders. They kind of path like this. This overgrowth will wear off. Will overgrowth, I don't know, something like, like that. And then the Root Riders just continue around the base in this kind of circle fashion until we kind of get back to where we started. So yeah, pretty underleveled base. So I don't expect to have any troubles. And I have seen this base about 1 million times. But here is my plan. Let's get into the live attack. Okay, here we go. We are in with the attack. Let's see what we're going to do here. Yes, I know what we're going to do. We are going to go into this multi-arch tower, of course. My equipments aren't quite max on this account. which is a bit of an issue, and hopefully she does go where we planned for her to go. Of course she doesn't. That's fine, let's remain calm. There's no need to panic. We can just redirect her in a moment or two, probably. We'll try and get her maybe into that scatter like this. Let's try and get that scat shot down before recalling and going along with the exact same plan as before. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, we're going to get the scatter shot down and recall. So we could go into there, or we could switch up the plan a little bit. And what am I leaning towards? I'm just leaning towards just making a decision now. I'm going to go the other side of the base. We're going to go with the giant arrow like so, take out the hook tower. And the reason I decided to switch up was because that entry wasn't looking quite as nice anymore, where I probably would have, like going directly into the town hall. It might have just been, oh, you're joking. Oh no, my queen's dying. Okay, that's not great. Let's see here. Okay, like this. Okay, it's not looking that ideal, I must admit to you guys, but we'll remain patient, we'll remain calm. No need to panic yet. We're not in 1-star territory or anything like that. We have the RC ability. We are still under the healing tome. And yeah, I think we are looking okay. I'm going to go ahead and overgrowth like this. And let's see here. Okay, how are we doing? Not great. We are not doing great at all, I must admit. Hopefully the RC can kind of clutch this one up for me. And otherwise, I'll be in a bit of trouble. But I think we've got it by the skin of our teeth. Potentially the giant, the RC's in there. Yeah, we have this one, barely. Now, why did this go so wrong? Well, the Spirit Walk went wrong, then my queen died, and I'm kind of used to having the hero ability as like a second plan, right? A backup plan. But she got targeted by the Expo and the Monolith, so I couldn't freeze both of those. I didn't have an Invis to keep the damage off her, so she did die very early on, which is probably where it started going wrong. Then I didn't have planned overgrowths whatsoever, so my overgrowths were probably really bad there. I was kind of a bit spontaneous. Maybe I should have gone with my original plan, but let's just forget about that slightly sloppy attack. And let's get into the recap for today's video. Okay, so there we go. Day 1 of Clan War League. 2 triples out of 2 attacks. A bit of a scare there on the second attack, but we managed to get the job done. And actually a scare on the first attack where I almost lost my healers right at the start. So maybe a little bit unfortunate. But all in all, I'm pretty happy we did get 2 3-stars for the first day or first 2 days of Clan War League. I believe the plan for tomorrow's video is Legends Hits, but I will be back with more Clan War League content in the future. But that is all from me for today. Thank you for watching and goodbye.